Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Frank Taylor, and today on the channel we are going to talk about problems and solutions concerning plastering. As we all know, plastering is just the surface, as in the mortar mix that we use to apply on our concrete or on our blocks for finishing so that we can paint on it. Now this we have some problems that we always face in plastering. So on this channel today we are going to talk about it. We will tackle the plastering itself, the problems, solutions, and recommendations I'll be making for you, because personally, we have a company that produces some chemicals that you can use during plastering so that you wouldn't face this kind of problems we are going to talk about. So without wasting much time, let's get into some pictures that we are familiarized with, because if you are in Ghana, you will get to see all these kind of pictures or all these kind of buildings, and you will get to notice it. But then after you've built your house, that's when you get to know that right now you are also facing the same problem. So to prevent that, I have some recommendations of chemicals that our company use. And if you are interested, my number is there. You can contact me. I'll get you to the engineers or the people, the chemical engineers or the people who can assist you to get the chemical so that you can also use at your project site. So you can see from this picture that this is like a wet wall. It's a wet wall. Now it's a wet wall. One, the problem can be the mix ratio of the mortar. As in mortar is the sand and water and cement mixed together, right? In their correct ratios. Normally we wouldn't get the correct ratios because one, we mix it on the floor. So one, you wouldn't get the correct mix ratio. So that's going to bring a problem in the mortar work. That's why we have a chemical that you add to it, and it's going to improve all the properties, the durability, the workability, and all this so that you can use it in your project site. So you can see that the wall is wet in a way, and there's some kind of scalings on it. So at the end of the day, you are going to have problems, or the finish aspect of it wouldn't be nice. Even if you are to paint it, you will still see some drawings in it, and at the end of the day, the beauty of the house, you wouldn't get it. So I'll always recommend people who are watching me, especially those outside the country. I always focus on those outside the country. This is because like we are used to beautiful things. When you come here, you see how the constructions are done, how the buildings are straight, and how the paintings are done. And you go back home and your house, you get to see that no, there's far, far different. So I always advise you to do it right and do it once. And that is it. So this is one problem. You can see for yourself that the wall is not nice. It is wet and there are some kind of scalings on it. And it can be due to the poor mix ratio. Either the cement is too much in it, or there is just miscalculation that has brought about this thing. So these are one of the pictures. And if you are in Ghana, you get to see buildings like this. Immediately it rains, you get to see that the walls are in this kind of pusher. They are always like this. Now this is another picture that I want to show you. Now we have cracks in walls. We have cracks in walls. Normally it comes about when the cement is too much in the mix ratio. When the cement is too much, you get to see that the C3A, that is maybe the calcium aluminate in the cement is too much. You get to see that it's hygroscopic, so it absorbs more water, and for that matter, it doesn't balance. So you get to see that since it's absorbing more water, it didn't the hydration process didn't take place, but the water was low. So at the end of the day, you wouldn't get a balanced ratio, and the reaction wouldn't be correct. So at the end of the day, there will be cracks in the building because of that kind of stress in the mix ratio and in the hydration reaction form. So you always get this problem that there are always cracks in the buildings just because the mix ratio wasn't done correctly. Now there's another problem which can bring about this thing. When the salt concentration of the land is very high. Now we all know that salt is also hygroscopic. Hygroscopic in the sense that it absorbs water too. So at the end of the day, when there is too much salt in the soil, you get to see that it absorbs the water in the mortar or in the concrete, and it's going to bring the same problems because it doesn't react. The hydration process doesn't finish before the curing stage. It also brings about this problem, and you are going to get cracks in the building again. And normally there are some kind of mistakes that most masons in Ghana do. That's why I always recommend that when you want to do it right and do it once. Right now, our company has put it upon themselves that everything concerning concrete, mortar, and construction, we are into it. So if you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to call me and I'll get you to the right people in Ghana. They will help you out. Even if you have your contractor, you have your mason and everything, please, the chemical is very, very important because it helps you to get the best of it all. I'm in Germany and we are using this chemical here. And we have done the same product in different ratios for Ghana because of the weather conditions and everything. And we are using it in Ghana and it's really, really, really doing well. So if you need this chemical and you have your contractor already, you can contact me. I'll get you the chemical and we will show you how to use it. And we can even come to the site to help you out with the mix ratio and everything so that you can use your contractor and you get it done and done right. So it's no problem if you have your contractor already. We can help you with it. But if you don't have a contractor and you need assistance, don't hesitate to call me. I'll get you a contractor for a building design, for the construction site, for the mix ratio, for the chemical, for waterproofing systems, everything involving projects in construction, we can help with it. Now, this is another picture. We are familiarized with this kind of pictures, right? In Ghana, especially in Ghana or in Africa. I know in other African countries too, we are facing the same problems. Now, this is another picture. After painting, you still see this. You can try to paint it several times and you still see this. And if you have this already and you want to repair it, our company can also help you with it because we have chemicals. We add to the plastering and you use it. It has some kind of plastic membranes qualities. So at the end of the day, you can use it in this and that is all. You wouldn't get this kind of problem again. So if you have this kind of problem, you can contact me. I'll get you the chemical. You can use it for your site. And that is it. That is the best of it. So these are another kind of pictures that you can see in Ghana. And they are all concerning plastering and concrete production. Plastering and concrete production. That's where most of the problems are. So it's better you get it once done. This is another picture. You can see that there's scaling on the concrete. Yeah, I think there's concrete, or it can be a mortar work too. But this is the problem. You can see some cracks on it too. And this is due to the hygroscopic nature of the salt, or the ratio wasn't balanced well. So at the end of the day, it's either the water is too much or the cement is too much, and without the good water cement ratio balancing, you always get this kind of problems. That's why we bring these chemicals out. With these chemicals helps to improve the workability, the durability, the effectiveness, and everything. It improves the qualities. So at the end of the day, even if the cement and the water ratio is not that good, this kind of chemical that we said helps to improve them all to get a very good balancing ratio. You get it? So if you are interested, don't hesitate to call me or WhatsApp me. This is my WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp me and I will get you to the right people. You buy the chemical and you use it. You have your contractors or you have your mason. You will just show them how to use it, and that is all. You wouldn't have any problem with this kind of chemical. So we help in repairing cracks too, and we help in as in finishing it and everything. So if you are interested, you don't hesitate to contact me. Now this is another picture. This one has got to do with dampness, although there are some kind of salt precipitations on the land. Now with the dampness, I've made a video on it, so if you've not checked it out, you can go and check it out. Now, if the problem is from beneath, the best way to do is to use the injection method. But if you have this kind of problem too, we can use our chemical to help to improve the surface finishing. It cannot solve it 100%, but we can help to improve it, and it will last for a very long time. So this is the kind of problems that Ghanaians are facing. With the salt precipitation, we call this efflorescence. Efflorescence on the surfaces. So, and it's sometimes too, it comes about when there is silt in the sand. When there is silt in the sand, you also get this kind of problems. And when the salt concentration is too high, it also precipitates on the surface as the same thing. So even if you are to lay tiles on it, it will come out because the bonding wouldn't be effective. And because the bonding is normal mortar, it wouldn't be effective unless you improve it with some plastic materials that can help to improve the bonding. Now this is another one. You can see the surface is not that good, and we are familiarized with this kind of pictures. The chemical. One thing I like about the chemical is it gives a rubber-like surface. So immediately water falls on it, it drops down. So the water wouldn't even stay on it to form some kind of spirogyra or any kind of damping effect on it. And at the end of the day, another advantage of it is it doesn't use, you wouldn't use too much paint when painting a surface area. Because of the rubber-like surface, a little amount of paint that you use can cover a very large surface area. That is one quality of the chemical that we sell. So you must try this chemical. It's very nice and it's very good in quality. So this problem, you wouldn't face it because at the end of the day, the water wouldn't stay on the surface. And the properties are improved already, so you wouldn't have this kind of problem. Now this is another one. You can see the cracks. When you are doing the mortar work, you have the chemical you have to give to you, and when you are doing the plastic work, the plastering work, you have another chemical we will give to you, and concerning the concrete work too, you have a chemical we will give to you. So that is it, and you wouldn't get this kind of problem. So there are more pictures going on. This is one of them too. You can see the building is collapsing. It will collapse at the end of the day because it wasn't done from foundation. The best way of doing it wasn't done. So that will be the problem. This is another one too. You can see that there are cracks in the building, and eventually one day it will collapse unless they use our chemical or they find other ways of preventing it. Now there's another one. You can see with this one too. This has got to do with concrete. Now in concrete production or in concrete using concrete production, you get to see this kind of problem because one, the reinforced concrete, we have iron rods in it. Iron rods are in it. So if you have iron rods in it, at the end of the day, it will come in contact with the water. And you know when iron comes into contact with water, it rusts. So the best way to do this is to use our chemical. Now our chemical helps to form a layer. We call it passivation. It forms a layer on the surface of the iron rods. So at the end of the day, the water doesn't get access to the iron rods to even come into contact to form this kind of rusting on the surface. And when it rusts, you know when iron rusts, the properties reduces, as in the quality, the strength, everything reduces. So our chemical helps in production of the passivation or the oil surface on the surface of the iron rods, which helps to prevent the reaction between the iron and the water. So as you can see, this is called carbonation. Carbonization. So this carbonation helps to this carbonization always affects the concrete when it's reinforced. So the best way to prevent it is to use our chemical, which will help to prevent this carbonization or carbonation in the concrete production. This is another one too. You can see the iron rods is getting rust. So that's the same problem. And you can see from this one too that the building is collapsing just because I think this has got to do with the problem of salt concentration in the soil. So it is hygroscopic, as I said before. It will absorb more water. So it eventually gets all the water from the building and dismantle all the properties, the binding agents in the concrete or in the block. And at the end of the day, it will disperse and forms cracks in the building. And the more stress of it collapses the building. So that is it. And you can see from this picture too, after painting, you get to see these kind of properties because the surface is not good. and because they didn't use the right chemical and the right thing to be used. Nowadays, it's not advisable to just use water, cement, and sand in plastering works. No, it's always good to improve the qualities, because one, our cement or our sand is not that 100% sand. It contains silt. Sometimes it contains clay. It contains other kind of sand that may not be used, that are not good in the production of plastering, or that are not good for plastering manufacturing or anything concerning plastering. So it's better to improve the qualities using the right chemicals. So without wasting much time, I will end here. I'll be hoping forward to hear from you and to get a finished product for your building. The best way you spend on your building is to do it once and do it right. Hoping to hear from you soon. Bye.